Good morning. It is me again. I've come back today. Oh, Jamani, the living cost is so high. I don't know how we'll survive when I'm not far. I have this. Do you see what is happening? Just have a watch of the video. You can even read there. That's what is going through because of high cost of living. Excuse me, I'm coming back. Excuse me. Excuse me, I'm coming back. Dakika moja. Yes, I'm very sorry for your interruption. So, whatever you are seeing there is a man climbing on top of a booster due to the reason that high cost of living has gone up on his rooftop. I'm not blaming anyone for this, but do we have any remedy for what you are going through? Do we have any remedy for such occurrences? What can we do, or what can we do to help such situations? Because people now see no meaning of living, and if you see a man who teaches this kind of a situation, it's so sad. I don't even need to edit this. I think now you are getting this information at least. It's clearly there. It's clearly there. The man is on top. Then, as the man goes through this, then We boast for political answers.
Hello and welcome to the France 24 interview. Our guest today is
We boast for political answers.
climate change poses to humanity. I want to get to the situation at home. Your arrival at the last presidential election, Raila Odinga, has led protests across the country. There was a pause in April. He said, okay, we should try dialogue. Now he's saying we're about to resume those protests in the coming days. So are you fearing that there could be unrest, violence, and do you think he really wants to dialogue or he wants to push you out of power? He has no way of pushing. Kenya is a constitutional democracy. The people of Kenya have matured. They know what it is that makes the power of the people. The people decide. And when the people decide, it's final. So the chance of pushing anybody out of power does not arise. You think that's what he wants, or he wants to dialogue? The last election was different. In fact, the last election was prosecuted on the platform of
the man
issues.
attended.
In fact, although the
He
election was
attended
closely contested,
as something to do with poverty.
To the France 24 interview. Our guest today is the President of the Republic of Kenya, William Ruto. Mr. President, thank you very much. Thank you very much for having me. You just attended this summit for a new global financing pact here in Paris. Let's get straight to the point. The objective is to fight both climate change and poverty. Can this be done?
The objective of the objective of this man traveling abroad was to go for a meeting to deal with poverty and climate change. And it is irony what is going through our country, because even what you see people saying around, and now
International Monetary
this
Fund
is
and the World Bank as we know them, or should we get rid of those? As we know them, we will have difficulty. I think you forgot one aspect. It's just a new global financing pact to deal with poverty, climate change, and also to contextualize the issue. I have no problem with him. I have no problem with Raila Odinga organizing protests. There are protests in this city of Paris every day. It doesn't, I mean, it's part of democracy. It's part of expression. All I have told our friends Raila Odinga and company is let us not engage in destruction of property. Let us not engage in violence. Protests is perfect. Sudan. The situation is getting worse. The US-Saudi ceasefire of Kenya have matured. They know global South, especially for those of us in the African continent. We pay up to 8 times more for the same resources because of something called risk. And the Secretary General of the UN was speaking to it yesterday, that why would one set of countries pay more than others? That system that others pay 8 times more than others is broken. It is rigged. It is unfair. And so it is very important for us to do 2 things: to fix the multilateral financial architecture, and number 2, to be clear about climate financing so that we can deal with the challenge of poverty and we can deal with the existential threat that climate change poses to humanity. I want to get to the situation at home. Your arrival at the last presidential election, Raila Odinga, has led protests across the country. There was a pause in April. He said, okay, we should try a dialogue. Now he's saying we're about to resume those protests in the coming days. So are you fearing that there could be unrest, violence, and do you think he really wants to dialogue or he wants to push you out of power? He has no way of pushing. Kenya is a constitutional democracy. The people of Kenya have matured. They know what it is that makes the power of the people. The people decide. And when the people decide, it's final. So the chance of pushing anybody out of power does not arise. You think that's what he wants, or he wants to dialogue? The last election was different. In fact, the last election was prosecuted on the platform of issues. In fact, although the election was closely contested, the people of Kenya agreed with the outcome because they participated in it. And our electoral commission did a fantastic job. In fact, it is world acclaimed. Many of the international observers, many of the local observers, in fact, all observers gave our electoral body thumbs up because they did a wonderful job, an incredibly wonderful job. So the outcome of the election is settled. What we are having is politics. We all know that those white journalists from those Western media companies, they don't respect African leaders. They'll ask any sort of questions that they will not.
So this is what we are going through. This is what we are going through. We are giving political answers. As you see, some people going on top of a booster due to high cost of living. Right now, a loaf of bread costs almost 100 shillings. I'm not blaming anyone on this, but do we have any solution? Can we help the situation? Dear world mates, can we help the situation, please? This is too much. This is too much. And we can't help. We can't help this way. So, how are we going to help this? How are we going to help this? I'm not talking ill of anyone, but we are giving political answers when seriousness is the order of the day. Here is in Nauru. The man here is in Nauru here. So until when? Can we afford 3% for housing when eating is a problem? Can we? I don't like to touch on politics, but politics has touched directly to the secrets. So I'm also perturbed. I'm disturbed. I'm disturbed to see such a man due to high cost of living. I heard that sovereignty of power belongs to the people. The people have said what is in their mind through action and through picketing, and nothing is happening. When will we be having real answers? When the political answers is the order of the day? How will we help ourselves? How? How will we be helping ourselves?
Mkoje chini, maana huko alipanda kuna ofisi ya DCI, kuna ofisi ya CID, kuna polisi. Ona alipanda aje tena? Hii mambo yote inaletwa kwa nini? Yeye ni mtu, ni chipukizi, ni mtu mdogo. Ona alipanda huko juu, ona wasimwendee huko juu, lakini unajua bado atapata atashuka juu.
Yeah, it is ironical. The man says that this person will be hungry, will get angry, then will come down. He is hungry, so it has gotten angry. It has, through hunger, it has gotten angry. He has gotten angry. Through hunger with H, he has gotten angry with A, has climbed up. So this man down here is saying that he will be hungry again and he will get down. You see the irony and the parallel of the rhyme scheme. I'm requesting that may God just come down, the God of our so-called Mr. President, the God he always prays anywhere in the country. We are suffering because even electricity has gotten up to 25 shillings. That's the minimum, and it is not even one unit, please, my dear friends. In the name of curbing debts by the things going through the internet they are not even real debts. They are debts which were taken inappropriately. They were not taken through appropriate funds. There's that development of appropriation or something like that. There's that procedure which we should go, or which an institution should go when it takes such debts. So only God will help us through this. I don't want to mock anyone. I don't want to be insulting, but I've taken to this platform because what I'm going through individually and what you have seen on my screen. Do you have any solution to such problem? Do you have any advice to such problem? Do sovereignty of power belongs to the common man really, or is just a say to please a vote? Do our votes count? Do someone realize somewhere that 3% would have belonged to the basic needs? Though house is a basic need, but how many people sleep outside? Through this crisis, what do people lack most? Is house or food? Jamani, hapo mwangalie ukweli, mzingatie. We are going through a lot. Everyone is in debt because of high cost of living. Everyone just wish to die. Everyone is talking alone, walking towards the streets. When will be this solved? Oh God, I've come through this channel this very early to talk to my henchmen, my world mates, and my God, that something, at least God do something positive. I hear it is world recession. All countries are going through this, but I don't know what about your country there? What are you going through? Is it the same throughout, so that people should just say that, oh, God, you have decided to punish the world? Or are some people somewhere facing is more hard or more rough than others? Did it really came because of the Russian-Ukraine war? What happened? All of a sudden, things just shooting. It was salad oil or cooking oil. It went to this basic. It went to maize flour. It went to sugar. Everything is just up. Now it is electricity. Now it is 16%. Does someone sit somewhere and imagining what common man is going through? Please give us answers. Give us answers, please. Thank you.
Yes.
Habari ya leo.
Asante.
Mimi nimeshinda tu hapa.